Yes, sir, I informed them.
Okay. Yes. Raneem Ali has joined. Hello, Raneem. How are you?
Hello, sir. I'm good. How are you?
Fine. Ali Mehboob has also joined. Ali, Ali Mehboob, how are you? Is that audible? My voice is audible to you?
Yes, how are you, sir? I am good.
Fine. Fine. Good, good, good.
Good morning.
Call your friends so they can join quickly so we can start.
Okay, sir.
Is that screen is visible to everyone? Hello. Is the screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. 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 So we'll wait for 5 minutes. Then we will start.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Yes.
can you give us the PDF of the lectures,
What? I'm not getting.
the PDF file of lectures, for we can read it and study it.
For this particular subject.
Yes.
Okay, okay. I will let you know what type of the material you can refer and how you can read. I have all the things with me. For from that you can read and prepare the subject. I will present everything. Today I will present only that thing. How you can prepare the subject, what you need to submit, how you can get the good mark, what is the type of exams and all stuff. Okay, only.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So you can get the better idea and you can inform to your friends also. Like this is a examination pattern we have. Okay. So
Okay.
better we can start. If you have called anybody and if he's joining soon, so let me know so I can wait. Otherwise, I will start.
Okay.
Can we start? Okay. Okay. I will start and let's start with this.
Sir,
Yes.
look, sir.
Yes.
Today there is so many Syrians
Uh-huh.
are going back to Syria. You know,
How many students are there from this batch? Do you know?
I don't know, but
I think
it's
I
there
think
is there is so
uh,
many.
so many. I have asked to Sunera madam, and he has told me that I think all the Syrian students are here. Only master students has gone back to the Syria. Is that so? Or from your class also, students has left the campus and go to Syria?
Yes, there is so many students are going back to Syria.
Okay, okay.
from this map and the other map.
And what we can say when they are coming back after that lockdown and this is going to be over, might be.
Yes, after lockdown is off, they are going back to India.
Okay. So whatever it is, whatever the strength we have, according to that we need to start later on. If new students will come after some week, and we will brief them what we can do and what are the stuff we have. But right now we need to go with that flow that we have decided. So this is the presentation. I think you have seen this presentation in the orientation day also, but I need
Yes.
to little bit elaborate this entire presentation, and I need to let you know how you can prepare this subject easily and how you can learn their chapters in the online mode. What are the examination pattern? How you can evaluate from that exams, and what are the process from our side and what you need to follow. Okay, so basically this is a 302 scheme we have. Actually, there is a 4 credit of the subject and 150 is going to be total marks. There are the basic syllabus topic we have, like signal characteristic, data communication, signal encoding, and all stuff. So this subject is actually aimed to deliver the topic which is related to the physical layer of the any communication network. Now, what do you mean by physical layer? For that, let me give you some of the brief about that. Like in your any computer network, whenever there is one PC connected to the another PC, at the time there is a 7 layer or 5 layer architecture is going to be there, which is known as a OSI layer architecture or TCP IP layer architecture. According to that, this 7 layer and the 5 layer of the architecture, that layer is decided by the different responsibility. Like we can say whatever the screen you are seeing in front of you right now, which is come under the application layer. Like there is one GUI base, then whatever the screen you are seeing just back of side of that, there is one presentation layer is going to be there. So that presentation layer will do the conversion from your machine level data to your display level data. Such type of the process it will done by presentation layer. Likewise, there is a layer wise layer structure we have, and in that layer wise structure there is a different task, different algorithms, and all type of the terminologies are there. Out of that 7 layer, in this subject we are going to discuss on the last layer, which is a physical layer, and which deals mostly about the communication part. Like if you want to connect your laptop with the, let's take LAN connection. If you are connecting your laptop in the Wi-Fi, you are connecting your mobile to the your mobile network, like in your Vodafone Idea, whatever the mobile network you are using. So whenever you are accessing the information through different mode of the connection, what are the protocol changes are there? Okay, if that protocol change, then what are the characteristic of that each and every protocol? What are their different standard, their different techniques, their bandwidth requirement, their type of transmission media, and that is a come under the which type of the network? Such type of the discussion we are having in this particular subject, so that we need to understand from this entire subject. So that are the topic which is mostly related to the physical layer and communication related, and which is come under the physical layer and data link layer of your particular 7 layer architecture. So these are the basic outcome we have. So after completing this particular course, what you can learn this layered architecture, different type of the physical media, their standard, their adapter required. Like if you want to connect with the LAN connection, so you require LAN adapter. But if you want to connect with the Bluetooth, so you require one particular antenna. Okay, so that standard is going to be different and mode of communication is different, so adapter is also going to be different. So
Yes.
likewise, different type of the medias, adapters. Then, if you want to enhance your channel capacity, if you want to accommodate maximum amount of the information in this single channel, so how you can enhance that capacity, that we are also going to discuss. Next, we can discuss different modulation technique. Like, what do you mean by modulation technique? Like, whenever you want to send the any information to longer distance, like if you want to travel from here to, let's take Ahmedabad, so by walking you cannot reach at the place in sufficient time. So either you are just riding on a bike, or you are riding on car, or you are riding on train, or you are riding on any plane. So we can say different riding medium is going to be changed to send from one place to the another place. It's become a quickly. So we can say if you are having such type of the riding signals, that we can say as a modulation signals you have, then you can send the information through the longer distance. So what are the different modulation technique we have if you want to send this data from smaller distance to the larger distance? Then the different techniques or network associate like LAN, MAN, WAN, which is a local area network. Like if you want to set up the communication in single lab, and what are the network requirement? If you want to set up your communication in one small city, then what are the network requirement? Or if you want to set your signal, or if you want to set your network into the larger place in your we can say in state or in more than the bigger area, then what are the wider area network is there. So likewise, depend upon the area wise, there is a network terminology are there. So how we can set up the network and all stuff, that is going to be also going to be discussed in this subject. And at the end, it's going to be very important, like analyze the short range and long range wireless communication. It means short range and long range. It means if you are having a short range communication, wireless communication we can say, so we are having a Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. But if you are having a longer range communication, then we are having a mobile network, as well as we have the satellite network. Okay, so how we can go from short range to the long range in the wireless medium? What are the protocol of that, that we need to, that we are going to discuss in this entire subject? So that type of the stuff and the knowledge you can get after completing this particular subject. And also there is a program outcome that also I have discussed in the last presentation, that you can get the basic engineering knowledge about the basic fundamental mathematics science behind this communication terminology. And we will give you the example, like if you are having such a networking situation, what are the output of in that network situation, or what you will do, what are the network analysis you have done in one particular scenario. Such type of the problem solving things we are giving, as well as we are giving the some of the modern tools like Cisco packet tracer, and that is used as a lifelong learning for your entire computer IT career. So such type of the thing is going to be delivered during this entire semester, so you can learn their software and you can use it for the lifelong also. We are also giving the assignments which will come under the cover the ethical part. Like we will give the assignments in such a manner that you can like if I'll give the example that your second unit test is going to be as a take home test, and if your class strength is 53, so I will give you a 53 different question paper to the different student. So individually need to solve that question paper, and they need to get the answer, and they need to submit back to me. So if you are working as an individual, or if you are working in the team, how you can solve the any particular problem scenario, such type of the practice we also have in this particular subject. So that much of the knowledge and overall engineering outcome you can get it from this particular subject. Now there is a most important part in this evaluation scheme, how your exam is going to be conducted, how we are evaluating your entire semester and this particular subject. So first, it's an internal assessment. So, and mostly in internal assessment, what we have decided, logical worksheet, in-class activity, Canvas graded discussion, and Coursera online course. So, out of this four, any maximum two or three activity is going to be there. And before going to start that, I want to I let you know that this entire subject is going to be evaluated on Canvas. So I have already sent the link to each and every student of the TS1 class, and in that link you have the invitation of joining this DCN subject. Once you will join that particular course, you can see that particular screen and different this evaluation scheme and their work allocation. You can see from that. Later on, if I will complete first, I will complete this evaluation scheme. Then I will go with the Canvas and I will explain where you can find the data, and where you can find your work and what you need to submit. Okay. So in evaluation scheme, what type of the component that we required? Like one course also you can get in within next week, which is related to the Coursera online video based subject is there. In that Coursera subject, our 20 to 25 percentage course is going to be covered directly. So what we have decided over here, first you need to attempt that particular course, whatever the lecture hours are there as per your conveniency. You need to submit the certificate of that course before the ending of that particular time duration, and depend on that particular certificate we will give you out, some of the marks out of the 30. So we will decide like 10 we have right now we have decided like out of the 30 marks, 10 mark we have decided for that particular course certificate. So once you will produce the course certificate to the faculty, you will directly get the 10 marks out of the 30. Okay, so that type of the evaluation criteria we have decided. Second, we have logical worksheet and canvas graded discussion. Logical worksheet, what we have, like we have 9 chapters right now. So chapter wise we have some of the questions set are there, and that contain 6 7 questions for the entire chapter. That 6 7 question, that one document and that one particular PDF is already is going to be uploaded in your canvas account. You can download that canvas that from the canvas you can download that logical worksheet assignment. You need to write down the answer on that. Either you can take the print and write down over there, or you can write down in simple blank pages. There is no issue. You need to create the PDF file of that particular answer, and you need to submit back to the same place where from where you have downloaded that. Okay, such type of the exercise we have in the logical worksheet. So 9 logical worksheets are there, which will also contain 10 to 12 marks out of the 30. Rest of the 10 marks is going to be considered from the in-class activity and canvas graded discussion. What is a canvas graded discussion we have? In canvas graded discussion, I will start one particular topic discussion. Like right now, let's take we are working on basic fundamental of, let's take this DCN subject, and if I have taught one particular topic, so I will start one discussion that what is your opinion on that, how you can solve this, and what is your thought process on that particular topic. So depending upon the participation you have done in that particular discussion, I will give some of the mark out of the 30. So such type of the exercise is also there in that internal evaluation scheme. Is there any discussion in this particular topic? I will go one by one. I will take your call if there is any issue. So first I will clear this, then I will go to the next assessment scheme. Any confusion over here? Give me the your response. Any confusion? Anything that you have not understood? Hello? Any confusion or anything?
Yes, sir.
Yes, any confusion or anything that you have not understood or not clear to you?
No.
Any? No. Okay. Ranim, other students? Anas?
Yes, sir.
No,
It's
sir.
clear.
No confusion? Okay.
It's clear.
Okay, okay, okay. So let's move for the next one, which is a CAC. Now CAC, which is another simpler part we have, which will totally depend on the quiz, and that quiz is going to be MCQ based quiz is there, and two portion we are going to cover. That's a 10 quiz from the weekly canvas based quiz or chapter based canvas quiz, and second 10 mark is from the online quiz or chapter wise online quiz we have. So let me give you the idea of this both of the quiz one by one. Like in the first quiz, what we have, like it's a chapter wise or canvas quiz we have. So we have 9 chapter. So out of the 9 chapter, we have decided 3 or 4 quiz, which is going to be asked during the semester. And what this quiz contain, which is a combination of 2 to 3 chapter. Let's take we have finished the first 3 chapter, then we will take the quiz of this first 3 chapter, and out of this 3 chapter, we will ask you the only 10 question out of that, and such 10 mark quiz, such a 3 quiz during the semester. So I'm talking about the first 10 marks right now. So in first 10 marks you have 3 quiz, each quiz contain a 10 marks, so overall 30 marks you need to appear, and whatever the score you have got out of the 30 or 40 3 or 4 quiz, it's going to be mapped into the 10 marks. Okay, So during the semester, faculty will take the quiz, which is only having the three chapter wise quiz, and each quiz having the 10-mark question, and that's mostly the MCQ. No long question, nothing is going. It's a MCQ based question and quiz is there. Okay. Second quiz, which is another 10-mark, which is from online quiz. Now in one Forozen book is there, like your base book is a Beharus Forozen data communication network from Tata McGraw Hill publication. So that particular author has designed one particular portal in which portal you can attempt the quiz of the chapter that we have listed in our syllabus. So 9 chapter wise, it's mostly about 6 to 7 quiz are there, which is one quiz is around 10 to 15 questions, or maximum up to 20 questions are there. So what you need to do, you need, once we will complete the chapter, you need to go to that particular chapter in the online mode, and you need to attempt that quiz which is defined by that particular author. So that publication house give us the chance to attempt the quiz which is based on that book. So once you will finish that particular quiz, you can get one particular box in which you need to write down your name, your enrollment number, and a faculty ID email, faculty email ID. Once you will fill that form, which is very simple, 3 to 9 lines of the form. Once you will fill that particular form, whatever the score you have got in that quiz, it's going to be delivered to me in my mail ID. So I can get the notification like today this person has attempted this quiz, and out of the 20 he got the 19 marks, 18 marks, 16 marks, whatever it is. Now what is a good thing over here? If you want to reattempt that particular quiz, so you can reattempt again also, until and unless if you are getting maximum mark. Let's take there is a 6 or 7 quiz we have decided. If you can attempt multiple times and if you are getting 60 out of 60, so we will give you 10 out of 10 marks out of that. So multiple time, number of times you can attempt those quiz, you can score the maximum mark, and whatever the maximum mark you have got in all the quiz, I will consider those marks and I will map it to the another 10 marks. So such type of the exercise is there in that continuous semester evaluation scheme that you need to follow during the entire semester. Is there any doubt in this CSE component? First quiz, which is conducted by the faculty in the Canvas portal. Second quiz is going to be you need to attempt in the one website. Okay, so this is a two difference between this 10 mark evaluation. Any doubt over here?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
It's clear. Okay. Let's move for the next one, which is a term work, which is a rubric on demand. Now, in the term work, what we have give you the chance to do the any one of the tasks which is out of this 5, which is listed over here. Now, what is this particular task, which is a hardware project on communication engineering? C++ coding in a predefined topic, active learning assignment, video making, online exam, and Cisco networking exam. So what are the things we have? And in this term work exam you can complete, there is no particular deadline for this one, but you need to complete before the semester is going to be end. Okay, so that is a major criteria we have. So what are the things we have in this evaluation scheme? Like we will give you 5 flavor. Like first is a hardware project on a communication engineering domain. It means let's consider you are creating one particular project which is having features like you can control your light of your room by using your mobile phone. Okay, so once you are using your mobile phone, it's going to be connect with your wireless device, which is mostly having a Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So you are creating a hardware which is having some of the Wi-Fi module, either Bluetooth connectivity or Wi-Fi based connectivity or GSM based connectivity. So likewise, the hardware device you can choose and you can create one hardware project, and after a successfully working model presenting to the faculty, you can get the maximum mark out of this 25. That is a first flavor. Second flavor, which is a C++ coding. So in last semester, you have learned about this coding and this programming language. Sorry for interruption. So this year what we have decided, like based upon the learning that you have done in the last semester, We will give you one particular programming task which is related to our data communication and networking. You need to work on that particular topic, and you need to create one particular C or C++ based program, and which will perform one particular digital communication task, and you need to submit that program to us. Next, third, we have the active learning assignment video making. Like if I'll give the example, like there is one topic in the DCN which is a multiplexer. So multiplexer will do the multiplexing of the several signal, and again when it will reach to the receiver, it will again demultiplexing that all the signals. So you need in the third active learning assignment video making, you need to create one animated or such type of the video which can explain this process in very easy in manner. So you need to record your voice, you can use some animation, you can use the any video making software, and depend on that you will explain one particular topic which can explain to your friends and as well as to the faculty in very easy manner. So in English language you need to create that particular video, and then you need to submit back to us, and depend on that we will evaluate 25 marks. Fourth one, which is an online examination. So like the frozen quiz you have given, as I have discussed in the last in CSE, likewise there is another quiz, kind of the platform is also there which will give you the certified quiz response they will give. So depend upon that certificate quiz course, if you will attempt, then we will also give you the mark depend on the 25. Fifth one, which is a Cisco networking exam. So in Cisco networking exam, there is a Cisco packet tracer software is there. So faculty will give you the quick training, one session they will take, and they will give you the quick training on that. And according to the training, you need to opt for the one particular course, which is a very small course. And in that course, you can complete those tasks online. And once you will complete those tasks, that one certificate is going to be generated. And depend on the certificate, faculty will give you some of the tasks, 2 to 3 tasks, and that depend on the submission of the task you will get the 25 marks. So there is a Cisco networking type of the flavor is there, in which you can design the network, you can learn that software, you can produce the networking technician certificate out of that. So such type of the task we have. So mind well, out of this 5, any one you need to choose. So in the next week we will float one particular seat. In this particular seat you need to fill your choice, and according to that choice we will allocate one faculty to you, and that faculty will explain what you need to do, how you need to do, what are the problem statement and all stuff. Okay, so that we will ask in the next particular week, and you need to give your choice, and from which particular part you want to complete this term work portion. Is there any issue in this term work? Any
Yes,
question?
sir.
Yes,
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 sir.
ask.
Uh, you said that student can choose any one of this
Yes,
statement,
yes, any one of them.
one of 5, or
Only
the all 5.
no, out of this 5 only one they need to choose. Okay,
Okay.
so once you will choose, let's take a Cisco networking exam. So one faculty will give you the training on that, how you can go with that Cisco networking exam, what are the things you need to follow, and according to that training you need to follow that instruction, you need to follow their problem statement, and according to that you need to produce the answer of that particular sheets and the certificates, and according to that your answer and your performance we will give you the 25 marks out of that. So any one portion student need to choose. It's not compulsory to choose the all the 5, any one out of this 5.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
okay, yes, any other question? Any other question? No.
I don't think so. The other students want to ask.
Okay, you don't want to ask or not any question or not understood anything,
No,
please
no,
be
I think
frankly tell me that, so I can explain
understood.
if there is a not understood by anyone. It's okay if I'm considering. Okay,
Okay, okay.
okay.
It's clear for
Next
me.
we are, yes, next and then later on if you are having any doubt in this one, you can ask to me and I will explain whatever the things you need to do, what are the steps, it's open to all. Okay, it's not any kind of the bound, like later on I will not explain, but I will explain anytime. Next
Okay,
we are
thanks.
having a Viva. In Viva, what we have divided into the 2 part. 15 marks oral Viva, which is going to be conducted at the end of the semester by the faculty, as well as 10 marks we have decided by the virtual lab experiment. So we have decided 10 to 11 virtual lab experiment we have. And what we have planned over here right now, I am getting the feedback from the Abyss sir that what the student can do if they don't having the laptop or PC not available with them, or mobile phone is outdated. So what we have decided, like you can take the help of your friend, you can bring the laptop of your friend also, you can perform their experiment over there also. And most of the experiment which is based on the multi-sim, so that multi-sim we have already done in the basic electronic subject. So we have decided to create this DCN subject experiment in the multi-sim only. So what you need to do when you will come in the next laboratory, you need to bring the laptop of any of your colleague or any of your friend, and make sure you should install the multisim software in that, because we are going to conduct the online laboratory in the multisim only. So I'll explain one circuit. You need to draw the circuit in your laptop, you need to derive the waveform and result, and we will give one document. In that you need to fill your answer, fill your waveform, and you need to submit back to the canvas. Okay, such type of the process we are following. Now we are also planning to in a such a manner that we have choose one laboratory over here. So in that laboratory you can access that laboratory from your place only. Okay, so if you have not the multisim in your software, but if you have the team viewer, there is one team viewer kind of the sharing software is there. If you can use that team viewer software, so you can access the PC of our campus laboratory, and in that PC we have already installed the multisim, and you can use that multisim software in that PC and you can perform the experiment over there by sitting at your location only. And you can submit the assignments by completing that particular task. So likewise the process we are also planning in before that next laboratory, I will inform how you proceed with that, how you can go with that, and so on. Okay, so that's also we are planning to conducting this online laboratory. And that is not going to be kind of the hard and fast. Like once you will understand what you need to do, what are the circuit you have assigned, and before the next lab came you need to submit that task. That is our main primary requirement. Like today I have taken the experiment number 1, so you have the 6-day deadline to submit that assignment number 1 before the next lab came. Okay, such type of the exercise we need to follow and we need to do in that manner. So I will provide the PC of one of the laboratory from the campus also. You can access those PC remotely, or you can choose your way to perform that experiment in your PC or in your friend's PC, and you can perform the task from your location, and you can submit the task, whatever the things that you will prefer. Okay, so, anything, it's freedom up to you. Okay, is that okay? Is there anything confusion in that one? You not understood what I'm saying and what are the tasks that I require? Is it okay about the Viva? 15 marks by the oral Viva, 10 marks for the laboratory experiment. Okay.
Okay.
So I insist you that when you will come for the next lab next Friday, okay, come up with the laptop of your friend. Okay, so I can better on direct on that how you can do the task and how, what you need to perform in multisim, and make sure multisim is installed in their laptop. And what I will do, that I will ask you to share your screen, and you need to show me what you are doing, how you are performing the experiment. So whatever the number of students are there in entire class, I will ask one by one. So you show me your PC, show me your laptop, what you are doing, and likewise we will take the discussion and all stuff. Is that okay? So bring the laptop from the next lab onwards. It's no matter if it is your friend's laptop or anything, it's okay. There is no issue with using with it. Okay. Next component, and there is a most important component, which is your end semester exam. So in DCN, we are considering the end semester exam in the two part. First exam is of 40 marks, second exam of the 60 marks. Now first exam, which is of 40 marks, which is a closed book exam. So once that lockdown is going to be over and student allowed to enter into the campus, and after the completion of the 5 chapter, we will take the first unit test exam, which is of the 40 marks. We need to write down the answer as the regular way examination is going to be take place, but mark weightage is going to be 40 mark. Second unit test is second test is going to be take home test. As I have said to you, like if your class strength is going to be 53, so I have designed a 53 question paper for the individual student, and I will give you that 53 question to 53 question paper to everyone. That's individual paper you can get for your particular roll number, and whatever the questions are there in that particular set, you need to write down the answer in either PDF or in any other manner. If you can draw the doc, any chart, any figure, whatever it is, then you need to submit that answer to the faculty, and according to that, 60 mark is going to be evaluated accordingly. According to that, there is a first thing, and both of the exam is going to be compulsory. This 40 plus 60 marks out of the 100 mark, whatever the score you are getting, we will map that 100 mark score into the 50 marks. So both test is going to be compulsory. Close book test is going to be conducted on one particular day, so you need to be present on that day compulsory. While in the take home test, we will give you the freedom, like you can have the time of 1 week, 10 days to complete that particular question paper, to complete that particular answers of that question. So in take home test, you will get the larger time, 1 week, 10 days, but in closed book you need to present on one particular day only, and that's going to be conducted for entire computer and IT department of UG, of the international student and non-international student. So there is only one day when we are organizing this unit test one. While test two, you will get enough time to complete that questions. Is that okay? Any doubt in this one end semester particularly? Any question? Hello? Any question over here? Ali, Iba, Waha.
Thank you, sir. No,
Any
no
question
question.
in that one? Other student has left. What happened?
No,
Okay.
I don't know, sir.
Okay. So is that okay? Okay. So now this is the thing we have. This is the overall summary of this evolution scheme, where in a unit test we are having two tests is there. In IA, either logical worksheet or in-class activity, graded discussion. While in CAC, there is a faculty will conduct the test, and as well as the chapter-wise test is also there. In Viva, there is a practical exam, that's a lab experiment task as well as the oral Viva. And in the term work, out of the 5 topics, only one topic you need to choose, and you need to submit that particular task allocated by the faculty. So this is the overall evaluation scheme. Now let me go with the canvas. So in Canvas, you can see the subject which is denoted as a DCN 01IT 0301. So once you will go with that, um, uh, you can find out the syllabus of this particular subject. And in the front screen, you can see there is a reading material, internal assessment, whatever the topic we have. Likewise, we have decided to make that distribution over here, like IA, CSC, term work, Viva, and semester exam. So you can access the information from the individual tab. So, and reading material also we have, there is a syllabus we have. So there is a topic wise syllabus, detailed syllabus we have shown over here. You can also, whatever the thing I have discussed in the PPT, same thing you can access in the teaching scheme also, like what thing you need to do, how it's going to be evaluated, what are the maximum mark and all stuff, so that you can also read from this particular document. Okay, if you have any doubt, any query, you can ask to me anytime. Later on, you can also access the different study material from where you can get that laboratory experiment and all stuff. As well as we are going to upload the PPT that is prepared by the faculty to explain this particular subject. So that PPT also you can read from the reading materials, and you can take the help of that to clear your doubts if you are not available over here. So that type of the exercise you can also follow. as well as in the internal worksheet you can find out, as I have discussed with you, there is a chapter 9 worksheet we have. So individual worksheet you can see from that particular your portal, and in that portal there is a question. You can take the print out of that, or you can see that question and you can write in the blank page also. Okay, it is not any kind of the bounding thing we have, like where you can write. So you can just write the question and you can write down the answer in any blank paper also, or in the same sheet. And the same sheet you need to submit over here again. Okay, that's, we are not getting the any type of the hard copy submission this time. So whatever the answer you have written, you need to again submit back in the same portal from where you have downloaded. Okay, we will give you the marks on that only. Okay, so you need to see the question, you need to write down your answer, and again you need to submit back to the same portal. And whatever the mark you have got in that particular seat, that is also going to be shown in your portal. Okay, so that is the first thing we have. So all of you, first you need to accept the invitation which is sent by me, and you need to kind of see that all the content and all stuff. You can also see the Coursera certificate and all stuff. It's still not published, but you can get all the information over there. Like we are having a viva, as we have defined, there is a laboratory exercise we have. So such type of the laboratory exercise and their that lab 0, you can also see over there. What you need to do, you need to answer that particular question which is written in that particular document. So task wise you need to write down the answer, and again, as the similar way you have submitted the worksheet, likewise this lab 0 or lab 1 you need to submit in the canvas only. Okay, we are not accepting any handwritten or hard copy submission this time. So you need to submit all the document, all the stuff in the canvas only. So canvas need to be set up from beginning of the semester. You have 1 week of the time to complete your all the canvas based acceptance and all stuff. Is there any doubt in the canvas or anything? If it is not, then I will go further with the quiz and all stuff. Any doubt? Ali, Hiba, Ranim, Waha, any doubt over here?
Yes, yes, I am here.
Yeah, yes, you have. Tell me, Ali.
Mm.
Hello, Ali, your voice is not coming.
Yes, sir. Oh,
Yes, tell me, what is the doubt?
I don't know.
Ali, are you having any doubt, any question right now? You have not understood anything or anything that I need to explain again?
No, no, no. It's good. It's good now.
Okay. Okay. Any other student having any doubt? Ranim, Waha, Hiba, Anas having any doubt? Not understood? Okay. So I can go to the next. Okay. So yes, Ranim, doubt? Please give your answer quickly so I can. If you are not speaking, not having any doubt, then I will go further. Okay. So let's go with
Sir,
the yes. Yes, Ranim, are you speaking? Are you telling anything? Okay. So let's. If you have any doubt, you can contact me on the WhatsApp also, or you can contact. You can mail me also and call me also. So I will clear if you are having any doubt. So now let's move for the one quiz part. Let's. I have told you that where you can see the quiz and all stuff. Later on, I will give the this link also in the Canvas portal. You can access from that also. But I will just give you the demonstration that how you can attempt those quiz and where you can find the information and what are the pattern of that evolution. So let's give me that. Yes, so it's a higher ED McGraw Hill quiz is there. So over here, there is one website. From this website, there is a chapter-wise quiz are there. If you are click on the different chapter, you can get the different multiple choice question. Once you will fill all the answer of this particular question, and it's very easy question. And when you are going with the submit the answer, so at the end they will ask you to write down your name, your ID, your enrollment number ID. You can write down my email ID, my instructor email ID, and you can email the results. So once you will fill this detail, that whatever the score you have achieved over here, automatically come to my mail ID, and I will note down that particular marks, and I will give the final CSE component out of the 10 marks accordingly. So such type of the 6 to 7 quiz are there that you need to attempt anytime during the semester. It's not going to be hard and fast, but CSE is going to be evaluated on that. Initially, I have got the question like that from where I can get the learning material. So in learning material, you can get the sample PPT over here. So chapter wise over here, they have uploaded the PPT. You can download that PPT and you can learn that particular topic which is given by this particular author, and the same book which is written by this particular author we are following in this particular semester. So you can download their PowerPoint presentation, as well as you can download their instructor manual, and you can prepare this subject at your location also. So such type of the very good created PPT are there. So you can see that PPT and you can prepare accordingly. So this is a learning material directly you can get it from this particular website. So this website and the link we are going to upload soon in that Canvas portal. So you can get the information from that. Okay. And any doubt in this particular presentation and in that learning material? I think who has asked me? Anas, you have asked me.
Sir, can you make a WhatsApp group for Group B to send them all the details?
So what you can do, you anybody from your class create the group and add to me. Okay, so if you require any, you can raise the question. I will upload the detail over there. It's also the okay, because I am not
Like,
having all the group are from my side. That's why.
okay, sir, like the link of the website and
Okay.
the all lecture and PDF or something. Or,
So I will upload in the Canvas also. I will upload in your WhatsApp group also. So what you will do, you will first make one particular Canvas group, sorry, your WhatsApp group, and then add me. And whatever the things you required or whatever the things I will upload, I will inform regularly in the WhatsApp portal also. Okay.
okay, thanks, sir.
Okay. So in that data communication also you can see the different animation is also they have given you can say if you are going with that one by one, you can see there is a chapter wise. Let's take there is a chapter number 10. So they will give you different animation also are there. Animation, flash card. So if you can see that, you can understand the things very easily, like what is going to be happen, and such type of the video is also they have given small video. So that's very kind of the informative, and you can learn that particular things from this website also. So most of the doubt is going to be clear from this. Now coming back to the subject and their first laboratory, what we have now, let me start with that one particular animation. So this is a first lab zero exercise we have, or there is just a demonstration exercise we have. Like in that, you can get the different overview of the different component. So let me play one by one, and this all stuff you can get it from the Canvas also. And once you will create a WhatsApp group, so I will upload this link over there also. So this is a first instrument that we need to learn in this DCN subject, which is a multimeter. I hope that you have seen this multimeter in the laboratory, and if you have not, then it's a very informative animation over here from where you can get the information about the basic multimeter, digital multimeter. So what do you mean by multimeter and what it will do? That multimeter will measure the several things. It will measure the different type of the electric component like voltage, ampere, or it will test the diode, it will test the connectivity. So it's the most widely used component of the any electronic technician, and this meter is very essential to every person who is working on that networking layer, especially at the hardware side. So we need to get familiar with this particular instrument, and now we can get the description of each and every button, what this each and every button we have and what it will do. Okay, so let's first start with this particular slots. So the slots, it's this four that rounded shape is there, which is considered as a jack. Okay, so actual whatever the cable that you are connecting with your circuit is going to be connected over here in this particular jack. So what this particular jack will do, like you can connect the different terminal over here, and according to that you can either connect, you can measure the volt or you can measure the current. So in normal, every multimeter they will give you the option of either measuring the voltage, as well as you can measure the microampere current, milliampere current, or ampere level of the current. You can measure that different amount of the current for the lower kind of the size of the or electronic circuit or higher electric based circuit. So there is a different jack is there, where one particular terminal is always going to be connected to the common. So common is going to be always connected, and one terminal is going to be connected either to the current side if you want to measure the current, and another is going to be connected to the voltage side if you want to measure the voltage. So over here there is a different button is there. First is going to be off. So if you want to turn off the meter, there is off button both of the side. Another thing is going to be a different meter which is having the switch knob is there, which is a DC volt. If you want to measure a DC voltage, then you need to rotate this particular button into the DC voltage. If you want to measure the AC circuit, if you have the AC circuit reading, and if you want to measure the AC voltage, then you can connect to the AC voltage. If you want to measure the resistance of that, then you can connect it with to the resistance knob, which is a ohm switch, which is denoted over here. If you want to measure the connectivity or diode symbol is there, so it is doing a two particular activity. It will do, it will either test the diode, like we can say if you are having a LED initially before connecting to the any circuit, if you want to test whether this LED is working or not, so you can connect your LED in particular slot, and you can connect over you need to set the switch over here, you can connect the LED of the in any light, or we can say any intensity. So that LED working is working or not, you can connect, you can test by connecting to this knob into the diode symbol. As well as if you want to if you want to check the continuity, like that circuit, like the circuit is short circuited or open circuited. If you want to test that open circuit and short circuit condition, then this test that beep is also going to be created once you will connect the two terminal of the device. So that is also going to be possible if you are connecting with this particular knob. Similar to the voltage, this side you can measure the microampere current. If your current is in the level of microampere, then you can measure by placing the knob over here. If it is in milliampere, you can measure the current in the milliampere. But if it's a higher voltage circuit or higher current circuit, then it's going to be more ampere, 10 ampere, up to the 10 ampere you can measure over here. Next, we are having a DC and AC button we have. So this meter is also capable to measure the both DC and AC value, and you can choose between either you want to measure the DC or you want to measure the AC. Next, we are having the hold button. If you want to hold any result that you have measured previously, so by pressing that button you can hold the result also. As well as there is a range meter is also there, which is auto ranging, means it is you can measure the voltage or resistance if you want to change the range. Like if voltage is the higher range or resistance in milli ohm, micro ohm, kilo ohm, mega ohm, so that range is going to be different. So in which range you want to measure the resistance, that you can set it from here. Now in that particular exercise, let's do some task, and we need to identify where we need to connect the cable and where we can get the particular reading. So now let's do that exercise. So let me basic function review we have. Now if you want to measure a DC voltage, so now you need to pick up the word, you need to measure the voltage. So in voltage you need to connect the two terminal, as I have discussed previously. One connection should be connected to the common, okay, and now you want to measure the voltage, so you need to connect to the voltage, okay. So if you have two terminals, so one terminal is connected to the common, second wire terminal is connected to the voltage, and whatever the open wire we have, that is going to be connected to the any particular circuitry, okay. Now you are measuring the DC voltage, so this particular knob you need to set to the DC. Okay, so such type of the exercise we need to do, you need to first read your task, like what is the task you have, measure a DC voltage. So first you need to connect this two terminal red and black to voltage and common, then you need to put your particular knob into the DC voltage. Similar type of the exercise we have if you want to measure AC current in milli range, okay. So now you need to tell me, if you want to measure a AC current in a milliampere range, so first where I need to connect this two terminal, at which place I need to connect the two terminal, anybody tell me please. Hello, open your
What, sir?
mic and open your mic and
Voltage
tell
V.
me, if I want to yes,
you you need to measure AC current.
yes, AC current in milliampere, so where I need to connect the two terminal, in first in the common, okay,
Okay,
next at which place,
you need in put one wire on come
in current terminal, where microampere, milliampere or 10 ampere. Over
it's
here I am measuring
10 10
milliampere,
10
so where I need to connect the another
10
one.
10 ampere.
No, not in 10 ampere. It's clearly mentioned over, it's a milliampere, so I need to connect to the
Oh, AC,
milliampere.
AC.
Okay. Now what I need to do with this knob? Where I need to rotate this knob, at which place?
What, sir?
Where I need to put this knob? I need to rotate this knob also to measure the milliampere, but where I need to rotate? At which place I need to?
Rotate to milliampere.
Yes, I need to rotate to milliampere, so I can get the milliampere current measurement through this particular exercise. Is that okay?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Now let's do with that another task. I want to measure a resistance. So where I need
Yes.
to connect? First, I need to connect to common. That's answer I will give. Yes. What I need to do with the next one? I need to connect it with the voltage. Okay,
Yes.
because voltage and common will measure the resistance. Now where I need to rotate this knob?
To ohm.
Ohm symbol. Okay. Yes, to the ohm symbol, if I rotate, then it will measure the resistance. So now you can connect this two terminal to any resistor and it will give you the reading in this particular screen. Okay, that's the exercise we have. Now let's take, based upon that, we have that practice. If you are doing continuously, once you will come over here, we will show you this particular meter and we will give you the some of the tasks to measure the different resistor, DC voltage, current and all stuff. So this is the first exercise we have done. Now let's do the second exercise, which is about the DSO, or we can say oscilloscope, or we can say measuring the multimeter as a ammeter. Okay. Yes, so this is a ammeter circuit connection over here, and how we can do this circuit connection, that we need to see from this one. So before going to do this particular virtual task, what I will explain that basically that any circuit which is made up of the three particular component. First, which is a power source, second is going to be load, and third is going to be conductor. So power source, it means which is such as a battery or power supply from where you can get the power. Load, which is can you consider as a actual resistive device, like you can say fan, bulb, TV, refrigerator, whatever it is, which can consider as a load, which is having either light bulb, electric motor, or heating element, anything. Where the third one, which is a conductor, which is nothing but the connector wire between that power source and that particular bulb. So there is a three basic component we require in any circuit. Now that circuit operates, now fundamental thing we have now, when this circuit is going to be operate, when you will give the force in terms of the current. So that pressures causes current to flow through the conductor, and that current is going to be flow through that particular load. An amount of the current which is consumed by the any load, you can identify how many current is going to be passed through that particular device. So any type of the load having the resistance, it's oppose that particular current flow. Okay. Obviously, whenever you are having the traffic, obviously you can get the larger time to travel from that. Similar way, if you are having a resistor load, it always oppose the current. So in ammeter measurement, if you want to measure the current in any circuit, what you need to set, first of all, you need to set your meter into the ampere mode. You need to connect that to either milliampere or ampere. As I have discussed previously, you need to connect your black terminal into the common, red terminal into the milliampere or microampere node. And then we need to connect the circuit in such a manner that it's going to measure the particular current. Now when we are measuring the current over here, there is one particular terminal, that terminology is there. A current measurement is made in the ampere only. To determine the amperage, power must be on, and circuit current must be flow through the meter. Now what do you mean by flow through the meter? It means whatever the current generated by the circuit, it must be passed through the meter, so you can measure the current only. So you need to connect your meter in such a manner that current will pass through the circuit or through the meter circuit. That's the thing we have. So what is the meaning of that? We will see over here. So if you are having the power off, the light is not going to be below. If you are in power on, that battery is on and that power is going to be below. There is a one thing. So turn off the circuit power, or we can say once you will power turn off, then what you need to do? Then you need to open this circuit. It means open this circuit. It means two terminal is going to be open. So first you need to power off. Then you need to open the any two terminal between this load and between this battery and load. Then you need to connect this particular emitter. Now how you can connect this emitter? That red wire is connected with the side of the battery, and this black wire is connected with the side of this particular bulb. So once it is going to be connected, then again if you will power on, then what happened? That current is going to be start flowing from this particular through the meter. So whatever that highlighted green line you are seeing, which is showing you the different power on and off condition. So once you will power on, current will pass through that meter, and you can see the reading of the current which is passed through this entire circuit. So once you will power on, meter will show you the emitter reading or that current reading. So what we have learned from here, that once you will on the circuit, then this current is going to be passed through this bulb, through this terminal, through this common ground, through this meter, through the another terminal, and again go to the battery. So we can say current is going to be passed through the circuit. So once it will go pass through the circuit, then and then you can measure the current. So if you want to if you want to measure the current, ammeter, or we can say this particular digital meter, must be connected in series with the load. So over here it is connected in series with the load. There is a primary requirement we have. So now there is one question, or four question you have. You need to give the answer. Which flow through the circuit? Current, voltage, or resistance?
Current.
It's current. Okay, so this answer is going to be correct. An ammeter is connected in blank in the circuit when making a measurement. Where I need to connect the ammeter, series or parallel?
A series.
Yes, we need to connect in the series. Question 3. Blank lead of the ammeter should be connected to the terminal component where electron current enter to the meter, and blank lead should be connected to the terminal where the current exit to the meter. So I need to connect black into the current side and red into the terminal where the current exit to the meter. So that's going to be one answer of that. Fourth and last one. When making a current reading, power to the circuit when the measurement is made must be a power on or off. When you are measuring the current, power must be on or off.
What?
If you are measuring the current in any meter, your power must be on or off.
Sure, it will be on.
Yes, it should be on. So power is going to be on. Then and then you can measure the current. Otherwise, there is no current. Okay. So there is a fourth question and a basic exercise of the creating the or measuring the current in any circuit. So this is the exercise we have. Next exercise we have still 20 to 30 minutes. So let's go with the another exercise. So there is an exercise is related to the oscilloscope coupling connection. So this is the oscilloscope where the you can see the behavior of the signal. You can actually see the waveform, whether it's a DC waveform, AC waveform. You can see the sinusoidal wave, whatever the AC current is coming from your particular device. You can measure that behavior of that current, their frequency, and all stuff in this meter. So it's considered its name as oscilloscope. And we need to first learn about the coupling switch. What do you mean by coupling switch and how this meter is going to be operated? So that's coupling switch. There is a three switch actually is there in this particular meter, which is a AC, ground, and DC. Now, if you want to measure DC quantity, DC current, DC voltage, or mostly it's a DC voltage. That's mostly we are measuring the voltage over here. If you want to measure a DC voltage, then you need to connect this knob to the DC. You need to slide it to the DC. If you want to measure the AC, then you need to connect to the AC side. Now over here there is a two thing we have. If your knob into the DC, you can measure both the quantity. Just please mute your mic so I cannot get the disturbance. Those who have the open mic, please mute that one. Okay. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please mute your mic so I can explain. Later on, once I will ask the question, you can again on. Okay. Okay. So if you connect this knob to the DC, then you can measure both the quantity, AC quantity and DC quantity. But once you will connect this knob to the AC, then you cannot measure the DC. It's only give you the AC quantity. Now, what do you mean by this AC, DC, and how you can measure? We are going to be know later on in this particular exercise. So let me go with the next slide. So what do you mean by coupling switch? So in scope circuitry, if you are connected with the ground, so your scope is connected to the ground. If you are connected with the AC, so it will give you the AC type of the measurement. If it is connected with the DC, it will give you the DC type of the measurement. So there is an internal circuit is there for this particular oscilloscope. Now at the ground position, that scope is connected to the ground and voltage is going to be zero. Now that ground commonly used to establish the 0 volt reference position in horizontal scale line, especially when preparing to make voltage measurement. Now why we require the ground pin over here? If you want to measure the DC voltage, so once you will place your switch, this particular coupling switch to the ground, you can get that reference point which is actually situated in particular screen. So by moving to the horizontally up and down, like that screen is going to be shown over here, and by moving that line to up and down, you can measure the DC reference voltage. So ground is used to make a 0 volt reference position. Once you will make the reference position, and according to that you can measure the up and down DC voltage. So for that, ground coupling switch is given over here. Let's do some of the exercise over here in this DC position. If you are having a DC position, obviously, as I have said you, it's measure DC and AC both. But if it is connected to the AC, it's only measure the AC terminal only. So now let's do one particular exercise. Let's click on the channel 1 coupling switch to move to the ground position. If I put it to the ground position, I can see there is one green line is showing over here. Okay, so once I will press this position knob, it's going to be down, 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 down. Likewise, that position is going to be changed once I will press this position button. So position button is nothing but it will move your line either up or down. So over here I have put it to the down. Now once I will put it to the down, now my DC coupling is also connected to the ground position. Let's connect the circuit, one terminal over here and second terminal over here. Once I will connect this particular exercise, and once if I'll channel to the DC position, so you can see that it is shifting from bottom level to the up level. So once it will move from bottom level to the up level, I can say that that much of the DC shifted is there from the actual position, and I can identify how much DC voltage that I have considered from this number of boxes. So if I am having this ground and DC coupling, so I can measure the DC shifting in any circuit. So if I want to measure how much DC voltage is produced by the circuit, so I can get that DC value by operating this meter in this manner. So first you need to connect into the ground position, then you need to make the position of that particular line into the very bottom of this meter, and then if you are connected with the any DC circuitry, and once you will move forward from this ground to DC, then you can actually measure the amount of DC voltage which is shifted from bottom position to the up position. That's the thing we have. Any doubt over here? First we need to clear the doubt over here, then we can go further. No? Then I will go next. Yes. Now let's talk about the AC. Now, if we can click on the channel 1 to switch to the ground position. Once I will put it to the ground position, and similarly if I'll make it to the vertical knob into the up, so I have make this vertical knob into that center, exact center of this particular horizontal line. Now I am measuring the AC right now. So what I will do, click on the channel 1 to coupling switch to, if I'll move to the AC position, so I can measure the complete screen of the sine wave. I can get it in that particular situation. So what I need to do, whenever I'm measuring the AC position, whenever I'm measuring the AC signal, first I need to put into the ground position. Once I will get the signal into the ground position, I need to somehow set it to the center of the screen. Then if I'll put it to the AC side, then this meter will give you the complete waveform over here. That's the thing we have. Next, if I'm having the both component, DC component and AC component, let's take your circuit is producing the both one, DC and AC. So if you are having 1 volt DC as well as 2 volt peak to peak AC, so what this meter actually will show you, meter will actually show you that shifted wave, like this 1 volt is going to be shifted, shift its actual sinusoidal wave. So your entire sinusoidal wave is going to be shifted to 1 volt above, and you can say this type of the sinusoidal wave in that particular screen. You can say this 2 volt above and 0 volt down. Likewise, the 1 volt DC shifted wave you can observe if you are having a both combined measurement. Now let's take how we can measure. So in the measure, what you can say over here, like below, is how its voltage is going to be displayed. Yes.
Can you repeat the last chapter?
Okay, last one. Yes, this one.
Yes.
Okay. So this is going to be happen like if any circuit which is producing DC and AC voltage combinedly. Okay, so if there is a DC and AC voltage combinedly, so let's consider that circuit have the 1 volt DC as well as
Yes.
it having the output 1 volt above and 1 volt down, so 2 volt peak to peak, such type of the sinusoidal wave also going to be produced by the circuit. So how in the meter this waveform, combined waveform will show? It's going to be shown like this third waveform. So what do you mean by this third waveform? Like actually your sinusoidal wave starting from 0 going to
Yes.
1, again to 0, again to -1 and 0. But due to the extra 1 volt DC added in this circuit, your entire waveform is going to be shifted to 1 volt. So whatever the 0 volt, now it's going to be shifted to 1 volt. That plus 1 volt is shifted to 2 volt. That 0 volt again shifted to 1 volt. Then again that -1 volt is shifted to 0 volt. So likewise, this 1 volt shifted wave you can observe when you are measuring such type of the AC DC combined type of the output are there. Okay, and how it is going to be seen in your screen? It is going to be seen like this one. There is a combined voltage, but there is a ground volt 0, but your actual wave is going to be shifted to above. Okay,
Yes.
because it's a DC above shifted voltage. If it is a minus voltage, then this voltage, this screen is going to be showing in down of this particular line. Okay, such type of the 0 volt referencing ground, you can see the waveform either up or downside.
Okay, thanks.
Now, yes. So over here, like in DC voltage measurement, if you are want to measure that coupling switch in AC position, what it's going to be do? So what we can do first, we need to do the channel 1. We need to put it into the ground. So once you will click on the DC to ground, that your entire wave will remove that ground position and it will shift it to the over here. So once when we are measuring the combined volt, which is a small AC, which is riding on high DC, let's take small AC. It means we can say like you are having a 2 voltage of the DC you have, but it is having a small AC waveform is going to be associated with that. So what you can do, if you can put it that switch to the DC position, then image could not be moved into the view and horizontal position now. So what you can say, that AC waveform is going to be centered because DC is going to be blocked. So once you will put that probe into the DC to AC, then DC voltage not going to be so, and only AC waveform which is associated with the entire circuit, that you can see only. So when you are connecting to the AC, DC waveform is going to be neglected and it's going to be shown only the AC waveform in your screen. So if you are having a higher DC voltage, but if you want to measure only small AC fluctuation in that, so you need to put your switch into the AC. So once you will put into your switch into the AC, it will only show you the fluctuated AC wave only. Rest of the high volt DC is going to be removed from the display. Such type of the thing you can measure if you are having such condition, like high voltage, which is riding with the small amount of the AC. That's the thing we have. Now over here, like how you can DC volt measurement and while coupling with the DC position. So let's start with this exercise. So click on the channel 1. So we can say that if the switch is moved to the AC, the DC voltage cannot be measured because it is blocked by the capacitor. The horizontal line of the scope is come at the 0 reference line, and once it is come to the 0 reference line, and whatever the AC voltage you have, it's only going to be seen in your screen as we have seen in the previous slide. So this is going to be happen once you will place to the DC to the AC terminal, then it's come to the ground position over here. Now there is a small questionnaire over here. There is a when the coupling switch is in the which position where the scope can display combined AC and DC. Tell me at which particular position if I'll put my coupling switch, so it can show me both AC and DC. Ground position, DC position, or AC position. Tell me. Yes. What is the answer of this question? Where I need to connect my coupling switch to get both AC and DC reading combinedly. Where I can connect ground position, DC position, or AC position. Anybody please answer. Hello, is my voice is audible?
Yes,
Hello.
sir, it's audible, but
Yes.
I let my friends get the answer.
Yes. Everybody, please answer.
شباب جاوبوه
Let me go with that.
بنوي لحاله.
Oh, this simulation is again started. So again, I need to do the all the task. Then it will come for question answer. Please, guys, give the answer. Whatever the bluffing you are doing, then also you can give the answer. Why? If you are not giving the answer, then it's create a lots of problem for me. So just give the answer. When I will ask the answer, if it is right and wrong, no matter whatever it is, but please give the answer.
The answer it's ground position, I think.
It's a ground position. We will see whether it is right or wrong. Once I will go with that simulation. Yes, let's see the ground. No, answer is going to be DC. Once you will connect your knob to the DC, it can measure AC and DC both. But if you are connecting to if you are moving your knob to AC, it is measure only the AC. Okay. Next, we have when the scope is in DC position, it can read a DC, a AC, or both. DC, AC, or both.
Yeah.
It will measure the both. This is the same question, trick question of the previous one. Last question. When the scope in AC position, it can read which voltage? AC voltage, DC voltage, or both? It's read only a AC voltage. That's going to be a correct answer. Yes, so this is the thing we have. So up to this point, we need to discuss next thing. We will discuss on the next laboratory. If you have any doubt, any query right now, you can raise those query and that I can address. Yes. If you have any query, any doubt, you can tell over here. Meanwhile, you can write down your enrollment number in this chat box so I can take your attendance. Enrollment number
Okay,
and
sir.
name. Enrollment number
Sir,
and name. Yes.
uh,
Yes.
in this device, we have two channels.
Yes, two channels.
So, when we use the first channel and when we use the bottom channel.
Like we can say if you are having a two signals, more than one signals are there. Like when you are measuring this, when you are using this particular device, always you are measuring with some reference particular signal. So mostly what we are doing, one channel is connected with the actual power source, and second is going to be connected with the measuring side. So two channel is given over here, like one is considered as a reference. Second, with respect to that reference, what is a movement or what is the changes in the second. Likewise, we are using this meter. So if you are having a more sine signal, like it's not like you are measuring at one particular point. If you are measuring to another particular point where actually this DC and AC all stuff is going to be generated, so you can connect, you can use the second terminal also to see the multiple signals in one screen. That's why there is a two channel. Likewise, there is a four channel oscilloscope is also there, where you can simultaneously measure a four signal. Okay, so that is also going to be it's available in the laboratory. So that is also possible to measure simultaneously four signals. Is that okay?
Okay,
Hello.
sir, I got it.
Yes.
Okay, sir, I
Yes.
got it.
So everybody, please write down your enrollment number and name in chat box. I have written in the chat box enrollment number and name, so I can take your attendance. It's please write down in the English so I can
Uh,
read it properly, because Anas has written in Arabic. So please write down in
okay, sir, that
English
explain for
your last four digit of your enrollment number and your name, or you can only write down your last four digit of your enrollment number. Okay, now okay. Other students also, please write your name, enrollment number quickly.
شباب سجلوا اسمكم
Someone?
ورقمكم الرول نمبر كرمال الحضور.
Yes.
عم بقول بسرعة.
What?
Okay, sir. I am inform other students to write down their name and roll enrollment number.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Tell other students also to join the classes. Otherwise, later on they will not understood what we have discussed and what are the stuff is there, and it will creating the problem during the exams and submissions. Ali Mehub, Anas, Iba, Ranin, Waha. Write your enrollment number, please, so we can end up the session. Iba. Nas, can you tell me the enrollment number of that reply and
بعد إذنكم يا جماعة افتحوا بالنص على الشات بوكس، اكتبوا كل واحد اسمه والرول نمبر تاعه كرمال ياخذ الحضور. هي صار 5 مرة بيحكي، يعني بيروح عليكم الحضور. أو قولوا له يا صوت موصل.
okay, you can write down on behalf of her also, not an issue.
Okay, sir. I inform them.
Okay. Hussein Salmi, he is not in the meeting. Okay, not an issue. I have taken the snapshot of that all person, and let me show it. DCN, TT.
Sir,
Yes.
I have opened Canvas. There is two assignment remaining. Uh, I should upload it before the next lecture.
No, once assignments after completion of that first chapter. And which assignment you are talking? Worksheet you are talking, or you are talking with laboratory zero?
It's like
What is the name of
one
that
second.
sheet?
It's Lab Zero.
Yes, lab zero. You need to submit it next week, next to next week, because we have not started the multisim till now, so it's have a time to complete. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thanks.
Okay. So bye bye everyone. Be ready with the laptop. Come up with the laptop and the multisim install in that. So our next laboratory is totally depending on that. So please come up with the laptop, and it should be installed with the multisim. Okay. Good day. Bye
Should we
bye.
install any program?
Multisim should need to be installed.
Multisim, we can open it
Let,
in
let, let, let me write
the
over here.
website.
Huh?
For the Multisim, we can open it with the website, not to install the program.
I think multisim is available with your friend, and if it is not available with your friend, let us upload it into one drive, and the drive is going to be shared with you. That type of the thing we can do, as well as you need to install this software Team Viewer. Team Viewer. Let me give you the link of that one.
Team Viewer, I know the application, yes.
Okay, but let me give that link also. So better on you can install that software. Control C. Yes, Control V. You can install the Team Viewer also and multisim. This both is if with you, then it's very easy for us to handle. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Should we end up the meeting? Okay, Anas.
Okay, sir.
I'm ending. Okay. Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.